Hi, I'm Scott Barhold, your profit and growth expert, with a very special invitation for contract trainers, speakers, solopreneurs about maximizing your profits and reducing your taxes. Now, I'm sure you are a rock star in the front of the seminar room and you deliver awesome content day in and day out. Your attendees think you are the best that they've ever seen. In fact, your evaluations are top notch. In fact, you're probably even making great sales commissions. But at the end of the month, have you ever gotten to the end of the month and looked at your bank account and asked yourself, what is happening with all my money? You're making $50,000, $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year and you don't have anything to show for it. Where is it all going? Are you overeating or not taking enough of a deduction on your taxes for the meals that you're getting that you're allowed under the rules? Too many chargebacks from customer sales or tolls and toll passes, right? What about parking? Are you taking advantage of the portion of the parking that the SEMCO doesn't pick up? Are you still using that as a write-off for your business because you're entitled to it? What about those pesky baggage fees that the airlines charge us when we're first getting started until we have some sort of status with an airline? These baggage fees are still a legitimate deduction even though you can't bill the SEMCO company for it. Have you got your taxes set up properly and accurately? What about those credit card fees? I can tell you from experience, if you are not handling your credit cards properly on the road, this is the fastest way to ruin because the credit card fees are just going to eat up your profits. And there's so many more hidden ways to lose money and get it sucked into that proverbial black hole. Now, if you're like most contract trainers, you're missing out on deductions that you can legally take, but you don't even know that they exist. I don't want you to feel bad because most contract trainers and speakers didn't get into this business to do accounting and bookkeeping, but that lack of knowledge could be costing you more than you think. And that's not the worst of it. As I talked a little bit just a minute ago, poor credit card habits will destroy your credit score. It's not just about it eating your profits. It will destroy your credit score. You're going to lose money while you're home as well. And it even gets worse than that because so many contract trainers and clients that I talk to, solopreneurs, entertainers, an IRS audit could be catastrophic. None of us want to see that selected for audit on our 1040 or our tax returns. It may come as a surprise to you, but maybe not. Most small to medium-sized businesses have a target on their back. Why? Because the IRS knows we don't have controls and systems in place to help us put things together. We don't have experts at every key location. We have a lack of documentation. Just think about it for a moment. Other than the receipts that your SEMCO company reimburses you for, if you had to put your hand on other receipts, how many of us just download them from the bank? And that may or may not be acceptable in the audit, depending on how much and what things were for. We have bad record keeping. Not only don't we have the backup documentation, but we're not loading it into a system so that we know how our business is performing. We're disorganized. Trying to find information and documentation takes so much more time. And one of the big problems I see with many of my clients is commingling of personal and business expenses. You know, when you're using the business account as an extension of your personal account, using the business credit card to pay for personal expenses, or creating what looks like a business transaction on the personal card. These are things that'll get you in trouble. Why? Because when we do that, the IRS loves to see that because we have pierced the corporate veil and now they can call our personal assets into question in the audit. It's being run as a sole proprietorship, and there's no difference between corporate and personal assets. So many business owners just leave this to chance. Throw the dice, let it roll, let's see how it comes up. And I hear the crazy excuses all the time. Well, look, I don't make enough money for them to worry about me. I'm just small potatoes. They're targeting small to medium-sized businesses. I'm doing the best that I can. I mean, who's supposed to know all this stuff? These are the rules of engagements. You can't claim ignorance of the law. It's no excuse. Well, it won't happen to me. This is just denial. It's living the lie, because when it does happen, then things get bad. I can't afford an accountant. I'm not saying you need to afford an accountant. I'm not saying it's a bad idea. But there are a few simple things you can do to make things work very well for your business and keep you out of trouble. And then my favorite, hey, it's my money. I can do what I want with it. Well, no, the IRS would disagree with that because they get the first fruits, right? We're supposed to be taking certain money out. Now, folks, we have some great advantages for us in here today. The good news is you don't have to leave it to chance. If you're a contract trainer or a speaker and you'd like to maximize your profits, reduce your taxes, and keep more money in the bank, this free webinar will be the best thing that you have ever done for your business. Now, I do believe there's never been a better time to be in business for yourself. This new Tax Cuts and Jobs Act has actually obliterated so many personal deductions that today being in business for yourself is a powerful, powerful tool. I can tell you from doing taxes this past season and the differences of those that have a business and those that don't and how they fared during the tax season is a staunch difference, and it's not going to get better anytime soon because the Tax Cut and Jobs Act has changed everything for the foreseeable future. The good news is this free webinar will help you to solve those problems, clear up those mysteries, make things better, faster, easier for you so that you know exactly how your company is running. We're going to show you how to maximize your allowable deductions. I'll share with you one simple trick on the webinar, 5 minutes a day, that reduced my taxable income by $10,000. And increased my refund by $2,911. Now, I was out on the road 155 days. 5 minutes a day comes to 775 minutes or 12.92 hours. That $2,911 refund equates to making $225.31. I don't know anybody that can afford not to work this secret in their business, and we're going to reveal it for you on the webinar. We're going to show you how to use credit cards to minimize your out-of-pocket expenses on the road and build your credit score. As I shared with you when I first came out on the road, we were broker than a joker playing liar's poker, right? We were so broke they wouldn't take our cash. It was horrible. And then by using these simple techniques and tricks and being very, very methodical with what we've done, we have been able to build our credit score back up to the fact that we spend most of our time by using other people's money out on the road. There are still some cash layouts, but for the most part, we use other people's money and pay it back before there's interest due. And this has helped us be much more efficient out on the road, and it's not dipping into our savings. It's not dipping into our personal bank accounts. If this looks like your office, if this looks like your paperwork, your documentation, we're going to show you how to get organized once and for all. But it's more than that because we're going to show you how to maximize your profits and keep more of what you make. Isn't that why you went into business in the first place? Most people got tired of working for somebody else helping their dreams come true. We're going to show you how to turn your dream into your reality. Now, if you believe your time is valuable, if you believe your time is worth money, this free webinar will be the best return on investment you could ever hope for. It's easy to get signed up. Just fill out the form on this page, hit the register button, and make sure you show up at the webinar. I'm Scott Barhold, your profit and growth expert from myquickbooksexpert.com, and I'll look forward to seeing you at the webinar.